Ele que está ali acelerando.
Não, tem que pular e
You mean one cable with the pack of You mean cable with the pack with the camera? And no, camera. Ini long besar
Katanya mas polisi kilo
Yes, ini karena wanita kampung tanpa yang dikunci karena ibu itu. Bisa mus apa dikunci pakai. Soalnya telepon mau kata apa?
No, benar kamera ya.
Ya orang bukan bisa long wanita lo, mas tadi. Long lo kalau mau kata apa dikunci.
Are you meaning cable belum?
Yes. Tapi sama apa? No, yo no consigo. Donc le résultat, c'était la fin de avant de travailler pour jamais déclaré ça. Où il est impliqué. Qui rachetait après. Il est rentré dans d'autres compagnies, mais il était en faillite. Et le même nom, je ne savais pas que c'était Watson. D'accord, oui, j'étais en contact. Il porte le costume chrétien. Il est marié. Il est marié. Mais lui, il est fidjien. Pas de racine. C'est à Toulouse. Résolu le problème.
One concern was aware of that and whether the court is
Je pense qu'effectivement, il y a plus de choses. Oui. La bonne solution. La bonne solution. Si c'est à Toulouse, vous me dites que passer par Paris, ça c'est la diplomatie économique. Ok. Voilà, donc ça serait important de leur parler. Les manifestations. Ah oui, alors ça c'est le problème. On ne parle pas de l'aéroport.
I think now we have wide eventually additional strengthening it's just 40 of the standard standards. I think at the moment it says all instructions yeah, we put 99 it's going to be 30 or 40% overload. Now when you go back and
Vous avez combien d'enfants? 5. Ils travaillent tous sur la même
yeah. Yeah, I don't mind those decisions. My issue is simply are our insurers aware? I mean, as long as they've been kept fully handled, it's a non-issue. Yes. Looking at the carpet. Well, our insurance company will be saying we're providing false information when they change the insurance, they can inform the insurer.
Good morning, Baiken. Hello, everyone. Suppose me savez ask him, you may everyone, you may savez stand up. You may receive him, Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you, Thomas. You may savez sit down. Good morning, Prime Minister. Good morning, Deputy Prime Minister. More every invited guest. Welcome, lo yumi everyone. We yumi savez stop. Today, yumi one happy day, blo Republic, blo Vanuatu. Motu one proud day, blo VBTC. Also one cooperation. Mr. Now invite him Chairman blo VBTC Board of Directors. Blo savez come give him welcome remarks play.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, our team Korean team, what is what we meet this morning, team Korea, what is what we meet, all Director Generals, all Ministers, you meet everyone, we have start this morning, lo special occasions. 3 minutes ago, you me start lo place up lo start them journey, and today you me come back and lo place up lo new launch of new commission of new transmitters where you me just recently install them. Me want them take them this opportunity blow welcome him you me everyone where you me make him this morning. I know it's a very busy schedule for some of us, but thank you for taking time blow come witness him launching here. In fact, December in Vanuatu is always a festive mood. We always celebrate. We are in a celebration mood, so we start celebrating the Christmas. So thank you. And I hope this morning, Bamba, you may start them celebration with them commissioning the new transmitters, but you also want to gift you may all people of Vanuatu. Honorable Prime Minister, all ministers, I think one priorities we establish 100 plans block government, hemi 100 days plan block government, hemi block restore radio services throughout long Vanuatu. And today, we must tell them say it's a teamwork. We everyone be proud long achieving me. But by all details, play him or come more talk where come after. But we want them to come this opportunity blow congratulate them you me everyone government especially blow support them infrastructure development where start. Team blow VBTC where they work hard blow make them sure say you meet all deadlines. All VBTC board more staff. Thank you too much lo. Commitment play you, lo make him sure say we meet him deadline. So without further ado, me like to take this for opportunity. Lo welcome you me everyone lo these special occasions. Thank you too much.
Thank you, Bikwan, Chairman Blo VBTC Board of Directors, Mr. Grégoire Neptic. Mr. Now invite him Executive General Manager Blo Kodia Solutions Blo New Zealand, Mr. Dave Hughes. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I had the good fortune to stand up and address a similar gathering back in September, but I made, for me, which is a very embarrassing mistake, and I forgot to observe the correct protocols to address everybody, so I've written them down this time to make sure that I get this important thing right. So, Mr. Shalwa Sawai, Honourable Prime Minister of the Republic of Vanuatu, Deputy Prime Minister, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Government Ministers, Chairman of the VBTC Board, our good friends at VBTC, Mr. O and his Hunjin crew, and distinguished guests. It's with a great deal of pride that I stand here today and look at what my team and the VBTC team have achieved in a very short space of time. When I spoke in September and the Prime Minister said that we would have services on air by Christmas, and we said yes we would, it was with a fair rapid beating of the heart, I'd have to say. And we've had our challenges along the way, but with the fantastic team behind us, we've got there. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank those people who have played a key role in this. And particularly my team from Korea. I've got my lead structural engineer, Murray White, and my project manager, Chris Schroeder, my head technician, Scott Muhari and my other tech that left the country this morning, Phil Dew. It's Scott rushing over there, and they've been critical in terms of getting us to where we've got. But we couldn't have got here without the support from our good friends at VBTC and also the local contractors that we've used, SPE, Fletcher's and John Takatimu. So to those people, I would say a very large thank you. This is not a singular effort. It's not just an effort by our company. It's very much a team effort. And not least in that to acknowledge is the effort of the Hanjin team from Seoul in South Korea. We set them the almost impossible task of building us a transmitter that they hadn't built before for this particular function in the space of, it started off at 6 months, it went to 5, it got down to 4, and it finished up at 3. And for them to have achieved what they have done for us and thus be able to turn a switch this morning and put an HF service to air is a truly fantastic effort. So well done to you guys. But the job is only part done. And by that I mean what we've achieved here at M10 Lagoon is the re-establishment of the HF service that provides coverage across all of Vanuatu and beyond its borders. So we've had reports of the service being picked up as far south as New Zealand and in the north to Japan. So and that's what your HF services do. They provide the cultural reach outside your country. They provide your coverage to everybody in your country. But it is a specialised service, and not everybody carries around an HF receiver, and that's why the AM service is so important. AM is the service that reaches the numbers of people in the population. And at the moment, with re-establishing M10 Lagoon, we've only got pretty much the province of Shifa. So we're, in a provincial sense, we haven't got the northern provinces yet, and we haven't got the southern provinces. The southern provinces are going to be difficult, and HF will probably be their best option. But the northern provinces can be reached with the Luganville site, and I urge the people who are here, who are the decision makers, to not lose sight of the fact of how important that is, and especially not lose the momentum just with this single site. So look, well done to everybody who's been involved with the project, particularly Francis, who had the vision and the courage to push forward and really recover the broadcast infrastructure in Vanuatu, and Vanuatu VBTC are very lucky to have him. Thank you all.
Thank you, Thomas. Mr. Dave Hughes, we ist Polsem Executive General Manager blo Cordia Solutions blo New Zealand. We now invite him Chief Executive Officer blo VBTC, Mr. Francis Herman. Please, you may give one before you
Thank you, Louis. The Prime Minister, Honorable Salo Salwai Tabi Masmas, the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Chotam Nabat, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Ralph Reagan-Vanu, and the Minister for Public Utilities, Christopher Emily, Director Generals, Directors of Government Departments, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our chiefs, our religious leaders, distinguished guests, the Chairman and Directors of VBTC, and fellow members of Team VBTC. Thank you all for accepting our invitation to be here today. I'd like to firstly acknowledge the traditional custodians of the ground we stand on. It's been 2 years since we began the tedious task of reforms at VBTC. To borrow a quote from the former US President Barack Obama, and I quote, "We've been very busy responding to an extraordinary set of challenges with extraordinary action. Action that's been unprecedented both in terms of its scale and its speed," unquote. So I'd like to use this opportunity this morning, with your permission, to quickly talk about what we've done, why we've done it, and what we have left to do. I'd also like to be brutally honest about the challenges that still lie ahead. What we've done and why we've done it. We've attempted to understand how VBTC got itself into a state of disarray, so we could devise strategies to get out of it. We divorced ourselves of the broadcasting regulatory function so we could focus on our core business of broadcasting. And I'm glad to see that the broadcasting regulatory functions now sits where it belongs, with the regulator. We plugged most of the leaks that were flooding our canoe and dragging us underwater. We continued to strengthen systems and processes to improve efficiencies and productivity. We embraced a merit-based recruitment and performance system that demands excellence and rewards high performers. This allows us to ensure that we have the right people for the right jobs and leaves no place in our institution for those who do not perform. We enforce the disciplinary regime where each one of us are held accountable for our actions. This ensures that the organization remains focused on achieving its strategic objectives in the shortest possible time frame and stop becoming a burden to the public. We place demands on each member of the team to work smarter and adopt work practices that allow us to run the marathon and not burn out too quickly. We tightened up the legacy of reckless spending, so we have funds to service old debts and pay for the bare essentials such as utilities and staff costs. This avoided us having to run to government always to seek advances on our quarterly grant. And our bankers, Bread Bank is here, knows very well how we've performed in the past. We work to strengthen our external relations, to win back the confidence and the support of development partners and other stakeholders. We reviewed our broadcast programs to determine its relevance to Vanuatu and its people. We continue to strongly object to the ongoing piracy of content that some television operators in the country continue to practice in flagrant disregard for copyright conventions ratified by Vanuatu, let alone the rights that VBTC has purchased for such content. We've attempted to reach out more to the audience in the rural areas and outlying islands to better understand what they want from the national broadcaster. This helps us to remain relevant. We are paying closer attention to the interests of minority and marginalized groups, including women and the disabled, and will continue to realign our broadcast programs to ensure we promote equality. We pay closer attention to the progress of development projects funded by both our government and development partners, so that the people know the benefits of such projects. We're strengthening our news and current affairs output, so our news service is truly independent, responsible, and in-depth. And I acknowledge our Australian volunteer, Tricia Fitzgerald, who's here working with our team. We embarked on a capacity development program to strengthen the skills of our team members, so they could acquire the skills and techniques to improve their performance and create more compelling and relevant broadcast content. We've completed cataloging all our archival material strewn all over Broadcasting House in preparation for the digitalization of our archives so they become accessible to members of the public. We've begun to design our new website to strengthen our online presence so it becomes the window to the world on Vanuatu. We've begun the process of reviewing the VBTC Act to affirm VBTC as the nation's premier public broadcaster in legislation and in perpetuity. We acquired the assets of the former digital TV company, Vanuatu Media, and will launch a more relevant and affordable pay TV service in 2020 to raise revenue for VBTC. We've designed a series of new commercial sales incentives that we will unleash in the marketplace early next year, now that we have improved broadcast coverage. This will strengthen our revenue base and help VBTC reduce its dependence on public funding. We've tried real hard to improve our customer service so that our client base stops looking at VBTC as a tired, outdated, and lazy broadcaster. We've embarked on a bold capital development plan to restore radio and television services throughout Vanuatu, so we become more relevant to the people of Vanuatu and win back their hearts. There is so much more. But we have much more left to do that will demand a strong political will and support from each of you. We will need to quickly re-establish our technical facilities on Santo in Luganville to better service the Torba, Panama, Malampa and Sanma provinces. We will need to rebuild our national television service so, like radio, TV can be received in every corner of Vanuatu. We will need to attract more qualified local strategic thinkers to join our team and believe in us. We will need to reduce dependence on government grants and broaden our commercial revenue base. We still need to change the mindset of many external stakeholders, including those in the public sector, who still believe they are entitled to receive free broadcasting services simply because VBTC is government-owned, while agreeing to pay commercial broadcasters for the same service. We will need to embrace relevant technology to improve efficiencies and strengthen our broadcast capacity. And finally, we will need to continue to embark on strategies that win back public trust, government trust in VBTC. VBTC is not out of the woods yet. We've only begun to rebuild the broadcasting infrastructure, and today marks the completion of phase 1 of that rebuild program. Among the remaining challenges will be retaining the support and momentum for the completion of the remaining capital development projects. We will need to maintain tight controls on spending and increase our focus on raising revenue, alternative revenue particularly. We'll need to achieve political support to forgive the accumulated debts to government and VBTC, which will give us at VBTC a lifeline. We will need to continue strengthening the capacity of staff. We will also need to strengthen the broadcast content so VBTC remains a true national broadcasting service. And yes, while we've achieved so much in such a short period, we intend to get more aggressive in the marketplace in 2020, now that we have improved radio transmission coverage. Please let me share quickly, before I end, some details of the facilities that the Honourable Prime Minister will commission here today. We've installed a new 10 kilowatt shortwave transmitter designed and manufactured by Hanjin Electronics of South Korea that will provide 100% coverage of Vanuatu and beyond. During the tests, we received reports from Finland, Solomon Islands, New Zealand and Japan and Fiji that they were able to receive Radio Vanuatu shortwave service. Even our seasonal workers in Australia and New Zealand can now tune into the shortwave service and listen to their own radio. We've installed a new 10 kilowatt medium wave, commonly called the AM transmitter, that will provide radio coverage to parts of Vanuatu. This will be complemented with a similar installation in Luganville to cover the top half of Vanuatu. We've overhauled the masts and antenna systems you see behind me that push out the radio signal to all parts of the country. And I am assured by Cordia of New Zealand that the AM signal we have today is far better and stronger than we've ever had in Vanuatu. No? We've strengthened the electrical systems to avoid the continuous damage to equipment. We discovered that all the damage to previous equipment was caused by electrical faults in some cases. So we've upgraded the electrical. We will install, Honourable Prime Minister and Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, a standby broadcast studio inside this building to allow us to run emergency broadcasting services from this site during disasters when our mobile phones and FM and TV antennas fly away, or likely to be damaged or destroyed in cyclones. And we will distribute early in the new year close to 15,000 solar-powered multi-purpose radios to rural communities free of charge. Finally, there's so many people we'd like to owe our gratitude to. Firstly, we'd like to acknowledge Cordia, New Zealand, who designed and installed these facilities that we are here today to celebrate. When we introduced the Cordia team to the Prime Minister 5 months ago, the PM told us that we must have national radio coverage before the end of the year. He made it very clear to VBTC and the Cordia team. After that meeting, Mr. Prime Minister, we went back to the drawing board. And with their technical expertise, they pulled their hairs out. That's why the project manager, Chris, and they had to redesign to meet that deadline. Right? And a key part of it was Hanjin Electronics. And we acknowledge the President of the President, who flew in from South Korea today to be with us today. And your team. Hanjin is a specialist military communications manufacturer out of Seoul. And Cordia and VBTC had to convince them to build us a 10 kilowatt transmitter in 3 months. And I think they must have thought we were on a different planet. But thank you. Thank you, Mr. O, for Hanjin's work in working around the clock to ensure that this transmitter was with us 2 weeks ago. So thank you. It's much appreciated. To the Prime Minister, your Council of Ministers and the government, and to the parliamentarians, we thank you for your support and confidence and for agreeing to provide us 242 million for this first phase of the development. While we will still need funding and support for the remaining 2 phases, your confidence in VBTC is quite emotional for us. So thank you. To our board of directors, under the chairmanship of Dr. Gregoire Nimtik, thank you for your faith in our operational team. You have helped us open doors which we thought we could never open. And we've achieved so much together. So thank you for your faith. To the Australian government, through the High Commission, for your support, not just for the scoping study of this project, but for supporting the government of Vanuatu to have me here in Vanuatu for 3 years. So thank you. To TRBR and its regulator, Brian Minji, and your team, thank you for your support and your patience with VBTC. We've done it together, and thank you for your support. We'd also like to acknowledge the presence here today of the team from Caledonia TV in Noumea, who stayed back to be with us today. And we are working with them on developing and strengthening aspects of our television service. So to the 2-member team, the head of technical for Caledonia TV and your technical advisor, thank you. To all the local suppliers and government agencies that supported this project. This project is testimony to what we can all do together when we work as a team. To the Director of Customs, to the Director of Finance, to the Director of the VAT Unit, to the IFIRA Wharf, Steve Doring, the whole works, to the PM's office, to OGCIO. We done it in a very short time, so we thank you very much for that. To the group of men and women from the nearby settlement and from Tana that helped us prepare this site. 5 months ago, the grass was more than 6 foot high right around. And it's amazing what they've been able to do in a very short time with cane knives. And finally, to the team at VBTC, and in particular the technical team led by Warren Roberts and Stephen Abel. I really don't know how you've managed to keep television and radio transmission operational for more than a decade with a zero budget, no replacement program in place, and no spare parts. The fact that VBTC, Mr. Prime Minister, has remained on air for the past 10 to 12 years is testimony of the commitment and loyalty of our local broadcasters, and in particular our technical team, to making to making sure that our country maintains some form of national broadcasting service, even though it didn't meet international standards. They kept the country informed. Now you have a state-of-the-art facilities to care for, which will be launched by our Prime Minister. Please take care of it. As CEO, it has been a real honor and a privilege to be part of this journey of putting Radio Vanuatu back on the air and ending years of radio silence to most parts of Vanuatu. VBTC still needs your continued support to complete the capital upgrade program in 2020. It is my view that we all have a moral obligation to ensure that Vanuatu has access to an independent, efficient, and professional broadcasting service. Mr. Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team and I at VBTC, we are proud to hand over to you, the government and the people of Vanuatu, the new medium wave and short wave facilities. And now it's my humble duty, Honorable Prime Minister, to invite you to officially accept and commission these new facilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, Chief Executive Officer, VBTC, Mr. Francis Herman. Before you may invite him, Honorable Prime Minister, but me now ask him Father Herman Tor, lo saveli dim yumi lo small dedication service.
You may come before Lord God, you may pray, Lord name Lord God Papa, God pick name of God Abu Spirit. Amen. God Papa long event, me will I continue to tell them thank you, Lord you, Lord good for a blessing, for you establish country, Vanuatu, through Lord government, more partners for him. And the day me will I cut all new for the transmitter, where you stop, me will I ask him, Lord you bless him all get more you help him, me for la too. Through long all technical staff, the VBTC, look out them good. From where me value service information me powerful and information me must connect kasem all corner of the country. Me value make them prayer to the beginning of Jesus Christ. Same we must receive of me for life. Amen. Lord name God Papa, God beginning of God Abu Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Thomas, Father Herman Tor. Together, you may acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister, with the presence of the Deputy Prime Minister, Motu presence of the Minister, we stop with him today. Me cat now honorable invite him Honorable Prime Minister, come forward more, give him more talk.
Thank you, Lloyd. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Jordan. Ministers for Foreign Affairs with Public Utility. Team Grand Diplomatico with the members from the Diplomatico. Director Generals, with the directors from government, regulator, paramount chiefs for Airport, landlord, we Mr. Hemro Blessing. Board Chairman Board and Management, no staff of VBTC, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the end of more than a decade of radio silence of our national public service broadcaster, Radio Vanuatu. This is an achievement that should make us proud because finally all our people can listen to radio and be kept fully informed of what's happening at home and overseas. They can also be kept informed during natural disasters. As we head into our general elections on March 19, 2020, Radio Vanuatu must play a fundamental role in better informing our voters about issues of national importance. It's about creating a better informed public opinion, so when our people take the ballot paper, they vote for candidates who are innovative, competent, and with great integrity. We need good leaders to move our nation forward, and the people have the power to do it. But when Vanuatu goes to the polls, the strong radio signals that we are commissioning today allows VBTC to achieve its responsibilities as a trustworthy, reliable and innovative broadcasting services. As a public broadcaster, we must not accept anything less than VBTC, and we must demand excellence from our state-owned enterprise. When I launched the start of the upgrading works on this site 3 months ago, I expressed the importance of having a local broadcasting service that can contribute more effectively to Vanuatu's national development. This can only be done through greater efficiencies at VBTC, along with a national radio signal that reaches every corner of the Republic of Vanuatu. Today we are here to celebrate commissioning Vanuatu's new shortwave and medium wave radio services. This is a great achievement because for far too long our people have been deprived of our reliable national radio services. My government is proud to have initiated the upgrade of our national broadcasting services and provide 242 million Vatu to fund this first phase. VBTC was able to complete this project within a very tight deadline, and I must acknowledge the technical expertise behind this project for achieving this feat in a very short time frame. To Kodia, Mr. Dave, New Zealand, who was awarded the contract to design, construct and implement this project. Your ingenuity in managing what was a very challenging project is yet another testimony of your technical prowess and professionalism. Thank you to the team from Kodia, New Zealand, led by Dave Hatches, Mary White, and the project manager, Chris Shorter. To Hanching Electronics of South Korea, whose president, Mr. Ho, and his team of engineers are here in Vanuatu today for this occasion. Hanching Custom built VBTC's new high-power shortwave transmitter that now provides 100% coverage throughout Vanuatu. Thank you, Mr. President, and your team. Vanuatu is proud to be the first Pacific island to have commissioned this high-powerful transmitter from Korea. To the board and management and the staff of VBTC, we are all making great progress under very difficult circumstances. And as your Prime Minister, I salute you, all of you, for your sacrifice, loyalty, and support, including VBTC. Keep up the great work. I must mention the support of the Government of Australia and the Australian High Commissioner to Vanuatu for taking a gamble in supporting this rather ambitious reform program of VBTC. I hope you are not disappointed with the progress. The support of our development partners in assisting my government's efforts to rehabilitate state entities such as VBTC is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to support from our other partners for the next phase of the technical upgrade. Lo yumi yorgata members of Parliament, more citizens. We no look full of members from Parliament anyway. Only no stop raising up from Parliament. It is by me look full of long at a morning, me look also more than come. And me hope se by and long question don't get a long Parliament. Well, our government state-owned enterprise today only know good from personal attitudes. Blow you me inside motivation of the companies. Poor management, my poor decision. My fashion blow, not taking care of the institution blow, government. All institution here, only public institution. And me blow people blow Vanuatu. You be looking full of blow the institution here, only paralyzed. While we BTC me one public institution, and me no operate long talk thank you no more. We BTC me need money. And we need him fund blow run him on operation most services blow him. The one day encourage him on government institution blow use VBT service more lipem too services here. You know, local stop using free no more. Also, I'm only stop using Facebook. Now, if you want government services, me blow people, I only go use them, only must pay, blow me say survive. You must accept them today, you know, got free service here. Every something today, it costs the money, blow 1 month. Even suppose me keeping me free, it costs the money too. God keep him no more mana, long children, blow Israel, long time, blow wilderness. Time you may come out long time will come out long wilderness, you know got mana even. You may 2 minutes of dream blow mana. You may must pay 1 hour you may carry him. Or you may learn too. From by me no continue, don't depend. You must depend low you mean. But not to buy graduate long 2020. My time low you may think about how you may sustain all development long you mean. VBTC many the money blow you. More union in VBTC service. And no one win-win situation. What time could follow coverage, me also minister responsible blow media. Me want them looking say got good management, maintenance blow all infrastructure where you become launch them today lo listen. Me no want them harem say you may make an excuse blow DC pump we come destroy them. Simply from you may not maintain them, also me tell them last time I finish, long airport low you must have continued, long tell them thank you, long TC pump from pull up institutional stuff hide behind. Only been some no trouble finish. You only find one good excuse, bro. Blame TC pump. Suppose me talk no more by sabi answer. Obviously sabi tell them truth. From me no sabi talk. When I'm looking change for attitude, all the staff, VBTC, more citizens, all use some service, VBTC. When I'm looking more professionalism, reporting, more ethics, get journalists, Vanuatu, balance, reporting. And a good you carry one new subplace, you assess him. You find a more sad story, him first time before you stop publishing news, you. Now you got national coverage, you must tell them truth. Don't you tell them say information is powerful, you must tell them truth, you know, more it must be truth. Where you must tell them. Government by him continue long support them VBTC. Blow him go long narrow face. How you be saving everyone say information and be powerful. The Republic of Vanuatu, more every citizen of Vanuatu. The good law is saved whenever we happen low country block. The good law is saved whenever government block is stop making all public institutions will stop making. Only must save too whenever parliamentary and block will stop talent. You know good say only no harm molkata. Only no save say only doctor only sa sleep. Every time parliament is delay, do you happen only must save too. So only people block will stop complete. Very good only save. Whenever we happen long country block whenever we happen long world too. And we would blow must inform. Only got right here, blow must save. Thank you once again, Louis, for everyone. We shall come today. Or Catalo private sector will establish a public institution. Thank you, Louis, for we believe in. And I'm joining Francis, thank you all the support we will provide him long one way or another. I will look forward to next phase of VBTC. We must make them say we fully operate. Law 7 people, law nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, Honorable Prime Minister. Bami askem lo yuvala, Honorable Prime Minister. Suppose you have proceeded con lo transmission building lo lo switchimon new transmitter. With him Deputy Prime Minister, all Minister, all diplomatic corps.
Itong mic, please.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Send some stuff there, then at least.
You alright?
This here is our major transmission set for medium wave and short wave. This is the new short wave transmitter. This is a 10 kilowatt transmitter. Behind Prime Minister is the new medium wave or AM transmitter. And that is the new 10 kilowatt. This is the old transmitter which has been prepared and is our standby. On top of that, this here is a monitoring system. So even from South Africa or New Zealand or wherever you are, you can monitor the performance of this here. Or provide support. Anything else, Chris? I think you done very well. So what we've done here, what the team has done, we've changed the electrical switchboard. We've changed the air conditioning so it keeps it cool. We also have a lot of spare parts. Suppose something will go wrong, the spares. We will be changing the generator. One of the specific things about this shortwave transmitter is that it now has 4 frequencies. And it automatically switches depending on the day, on time of the day. And also, no one needs to be here. Automatically on and off every single one. So it will save us in terms of electricity, in terms of efficiency, more efficient. And in this corner here, we will bring the new emergency broadcasting. So when we go down on FM or TV or mobile phone, we will have 24/7 from here broadcasting during a cyclone. have the new transmitters which have arrived. We will be putting FM transmitter in Hungary, in Solar, in Pentecost, or in Waraka. We already have it in Tata. We've signed an agreement with the Provincial Council. We will share content and we share expressions. We've done the same thing with some of the provincial councils. This side is only for AM and short. FM sit on the TBL side, not the Tamlo cyclone or something, the FM antennas will go off. This is the only thing that's going to survive us. And the key is to make sure we keep up the maintenance and keep up the fuel in the tank and something. Step by step. So at broadcasting house in town, we are also changing the electrical switchboard. And we also changing the standby generator. So the linking, taking one signal from one end of the country to another.
Bamias Kembaikens, Bosyo Yumi Savete Kembakol Sit Lo Yumi. Thank you too much. Bamias came back again, you mean where you mean staff lo front lo building ya, suppose you mean save come lo white and please, but you mean go ahead with him half blow program before you mean end them time lo you mean. Everyone please come inside lo white tent.
Yes, that's right. And player, I think, Greek too, French guy. Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah, no, so Ben and Gail are good friends of mine. Okay. And yeah, I play in a group with them. So they said that they.
Okay, but you may now go through the presentation of all gifts. We got honorable asking back again, Honorable Prime Minister Charles Salway. Tabi masmas sa possible savez kam lo foret, lo savez receive him gift lo behalf lo VBTC.
Thank you very much. This is done. I'm looking forward to it.
So it's one time. Thank you too much, Prime Minister. Receiving me on behalf of the VBTC, also one gift. Thank you too much. Me now, place where you miss up, me blol customary land owner blo Eracor. Mo you me acknowledge him presence blo Chief Kalsaur Kalumtak Pomal 8. Mo Chief Denis Kalmet. Me invite him to vla sa possible avec am lo front blo receive him special gift on behalf blo team VBTC. Thank you Thomas, Chief Kalsaur Kalumtak Pomal 8, mo Chief Denis Kalmet. Thank you Thomas. Me now Scheme Executive General Manager Blocodia Solutions New Zealand, Mr. Dave Hughes. Thank you, Thomas, Mr. Hughes. Me ask him now representative of Hanchin Electronics. Suppose he savait comme le front. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Yumi come now lo end lo program lo Yumi lo one good for a day lo Yumi today. We hemi also we meet alem finish hemi one proud day lo VBTC also one cooperation. But Yumi share a small refreshment we hemi stop. Mol kita wali want them to continue lo to inside. You may feel free blo save go inside. Thank you Thomas. More nice day everyone.
That's like that.